Hello everyone, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Keisha and today I'm going to be trying to convince you to read some of my favorite middle grade books only by telling you my favorite quotes. So I did this video concept last month and it was received really well, so I wanted to do it again, but specifically with middle grade books. Now, I only have 10 middle grade books that I'm going to be doing this with today. There are some other middle grade books on my shelves that I absolutely love, but I just don't have quotes that I can pull from them because I didn't tab them when I read them, I didn't mark anything, or I can't find any on the internet. So, those books are still well loved. These are just 10 books that I was able to find quotes that I loved on, and so I'm going to share those with you today. So I'm only going to be sharing with you the quote, and then I will tell you what the book is. So hopefully I can convince you to read some of my favorites. All right, we're going to start off with the first book, and it has 2 quotes. The first one is, "I was only half listening, unable to take my eyes off Esther and her father. I let myself, just for a moment, imagine it was my dad who'd miraculously turned up. My dad hugging me. I could feel Esther's joy like it was real. And actually, it was. Knowing what it was like to lose my dad. I was just so thankful that she'd been reunited with hers." And then the second quote is, "Beneath our race, our religion, we were all human beings. We all hurt in the same ways." And that is from Letters from the Lighthouse. This is a middle grade historical fiction by Emma Carroll. I also have 2 quotes for this one. "Your good work wasn't wasted because good work never is." And then I have, "The path to peace is rarely easy, but peace is always possible." And that one is also from a middle grade historical fiction called Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth by Sheila O'Connor. "Miss Chelsea was nervous. A little scared, you could say, and everyone knows librarians are never scared. It takes nerves of steel to be a librarian." And that is from Midnight at the Barclay Hotel by Fleur Bradley, which is a Clue-esque murder mystery. And again, we have 2 quotes. "Besides which, I really ought to send her a book instead, though she's not much of a reader." She paused. "Evidence as to her character." And then the second quote is, "The first words of a new book are so delicious, like the first taste of a cookie fresh from the oven and not yet properly cooked." And that is from A Place to Hang the Moon, which is another historical fiction. This one is by Kate Albus. "When the mist rises and the smiling man comes walking, you must avoid large places at night. Keep to small." That is from one of my favorite spooky middle grade series, Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. "Why did you do all of this for me?" he asked. "I don't deserve it. I've never done anything for you." "You have been my friend," replied Charlotte. "That, in and of itself, is a tremendous thing." That is from the classic Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. One of the new things people began to find out in the last century was that thoughts, just mere thoughts, are as powerful as electric batteries, as good for one as sunlight is, or as bad for one as poison. To let a sad thought or a bad one get into your mind is as dangerous as letting a scarlet fever germ get into your body. If you let it stay there after it has got in you, you may never get over it as long as you live. Surprising things can happen to anyone who, when a disagreeable or discouraged thought comes into his mind, just has the sense to remember in time and push it out by putting in an agreeable, determinedly courageous one. 2 things cannot be in one place. And I also have one more quote, which is, "Where you tend a rose, my lad, a thistle cannot grow." That is also from the classic The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. "I don't want whatever I want. Nobody does. Not really. What kind of fun would it be if I just got everything I ever wanted, just like that, and it didn't mean anything? What then?" That is from Coraline by Neil Gaiman. "Every time I get nervous or scared, I remind myself that every good story needs twists and turns. Every heroine needs an adventure." And that is from the spooky middle grade City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. And the last book also has 2 quotes. The first one is, "If everyone decided nothing could change, nothing ever would." And the second one is, "You always have a choice. Making choices even when they scare you because you know it's the right thing to do. That's bravery." And this is from Amal Unbound by Aisha Saeed. So these are all of the books that I have recommended to you today. I hope that if you have not read any of them, maybe I piqued your interest by sharing some of my favorite quotes. These books have been monumental in my life as an adult, reading middle grade books, I always say that it doesn't matter how old you are, middle grade can really reach you and touch your heart. One of my favorite things about middle grade is just realizing that there are things for adults there as well. That yes, middle grade is written for children, but there are also some middle grade that are written for adults. And we know that adults are writing them. Adults may also read them to their children. So there is so much value in these books. And I hope that maybe even if you're not interested in middle grade or haven't read middle grade before, that you would just give it a try. These are some of my favorites, and obviously these are ones that spoke to me. So I hope you get some great lessons of hope and courage and bravery and life and friendship and light, all in these stories. I just hope that these bless you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, I hope that you got some great recommendations. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and leave me a bunny emoji. That is so random, but my dog's like toy bunny is literally right in my line of sight. So leave me a bunny emoji if you made it this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.